My name is Keith Nesrsta, and I've been with Silicon Labs for about 2 years now, but I have almost 20 years experience in the semiconductor industry. There's some that are as silly as making sure that your phone is connected up to your hot tub, so you can sit in the hot tub and you don't have to reach over to the control panel and actually turn on the bubbles. But some of the coolest things that I've seen are actually more in the medical domain. For example, smart pill bottles. If you think about what you can do with IoT, it's going to be more than just what can you do with a screen. It's going to be doing things like being able to have devices communicate with each other so that you don't have to interact, but they make your life that much better. A good example is the pill bottle, the smart pill bottle. If you have elderly parents and you want to make sure that they're taking their medication, then you'll have, or the doctor may want to be able to make sure they're taking their medication. The smart pill bottle is actually a device that's out there that will actually measure the pills that are in your pill bottle so that you know that you're actively taking those out and consuming them and making your life that much healthier. That can all be done without having any human interaction at all through the IoT network. There's two fundamental issues I think we have today with IoT adoption. One is if you take a look at automation, home automation, or anything like that, you have a lot of competing standards. A unification of those standards, much like you have with Bluetooth in your cell phone or Wi-Fi, makes it ubiquitous, and it makes it to where lots of other technologies can talk to each other. Lots of different companies can build technologies that can talk to each other. And that's kind of what is kind of blocking some of the IoT things that are happening today, because you have different application layers. You have Zigbee, for example. You have all join. You have competing 15.4 physical layer standards that are out there with Thread or Zigbee. Standardization and people going to one particular standard is going to be important moving forward. The other thing is security. There's a big concern with all of these devices getting connected together that we have the right level of security. And so if you take a look at some of our Silicon Labs' latest devices, that's part of the big push, is we're putting in the security blocks that are needed to make security available at the component level. And then you got to also make sure that that's secure all the way up to the cloud. So you go back to the pill bottle example, you don't want somebody else knowing all the medication that you're taking. You don't want somebody to be able to tap into that. You only want your doctor or those that are taking care of you to be able to have access to that information. And so security is going to be another feature that has to be adopted by the companies that are building some of these technologies. Well, I hope I see it heading in a space where I don't have to look at a computer, I don't have to look at a screen as much anymore. If IoT is really going to make it in the world today, it's going to make it in technologies where I can have something that's talking, like for example, I can have two balls that are talking to each other and it has to have no human interaction at all. This ball, as it accelerates, or this ball can change colors. And that to me is what's going to really make the difference in if it can help humans, help us be more productive in what we do on a day in, day out basis without having to be looking at a screen of any type. That is where I think IoT will be successful. So I want things to be able to talk. So for example, I walk out of the shower and my mirror is IoT capable, smart capable, and it's taking a temperature reading of me, or it's looking at some kind of being able to scan my body in some form or fashion, be able to go off and take a look at and be intelligent enough to make some assessment of how healthy am I, and then that goes off to my doctor and it has no interaction to me, and my doctor may give me a call and say, hey, you may want to take this because it looks like you're coming down with a cold or something along those lines. That is the type of thing that IoT, I think, will be successful. If it's keeping us in our computer screens, it's actually going to be a detriment to society, in my opinion, than a benefit. Silicon Labs is an IoT-centered company at this point. The history of it's been actually pretty diverse. If you look at it in a lot of the radio technology that's out there, they were initially in modems back in 1996 when the company was founded. And it's evolved over time. We have a wide variety of products that range from internet infrastructure products, from high performance clocks, to isolation products that are in battery-powered systems like the Tesla motor vehicle. So a lot of different solutions out there, but the primary growth vector moving forward is in the IoT space. And if you look at IoT, it's really there's really three fundamental things when people talk about the Internet of Things. You have to be able to sense something, you have to be able to compute it, and then you have to be able to transmit it to somewhere else. Because usually these things are wireless communication protocols. And so where Silicon Labs is actually focused is in acquiring the right technologies over time to be able to have a portfolio of solutions that does all of that. So we have sensors, we have wireless radios, either sub-gigahertz or 2.4 gigahertz that supports mesh or Bluetooth or any kind of proprietary network that you might have.